Alright, I have waited a couple weeks for this one. And then it got delayed because they were showing it at SGC, and, well, right here. We are gonna get started right now. Yeah! Athena's joining me.
With Death Battle, our combatants are always extraordinary in one way or another, whether they're a superhero or a plumber.
But these two are literally built to show up the rest of their kind.
Hi,
Mewtwo,
Giovanni.
the genetically engineered Pokemon.
And Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
Should have been
He's with
BlackWarGreymon.
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Seriously?
death battle. Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Fuji was working to create a brand new life form which would change the world.
That's great and all, but he had something else in mind.
Fuji hoped his experiments would help him discover a way to resurrect the person he cherished most, his deceased daughter, Amber.
With unlimited resources funded by mob money, he figured out how to clone his daughter's ball of consciousness.
That was never
Because
explained.
science.
Really
But before
wish
he
they
could
did.
finish, he had to create the most powerful Pokemon, a clone of the legendary Mew.
I want to
And
know
he
how
named
that
him
image
Mewtwo.
made it to the
Yeah,
card.
Fuji wasn't very creative when it comes to naming, but when you can create a new life form with nothing but a fossilized eyelash, you know you're a master of genetic engineering. A field I'd love to get more experience in myself.
Pretty
Told you 1,000 times, Wiz. You're not gonna alter my DNA.
What are you talking about? I would never do that.
No.
Always watching, Wiz. Always.
Growing up in a test tube, Mewtwo's only companions were Fuji's other test subjects, including Amber herself, through some sort of psychic link.
Under.
Amber taught Mewtwo about the sun, the
Bites
moon,
it.
tears, and, life stuff. Oh, and also death when she died for good right in front of him.
Worrying this may
How
be too
exactly
mentally
did
traumatic
that
for the still
happen
infant
anyway?
Mewtwo.
I know it
Dr.
kept
Fuji's team
happening,
erased all memory.
but how
of
did
her.
she die for good? What was
Unfortunately,
different
this
about that
left
one?
Mewtwo with a feeling of loss and confusion, and no memories to explain why.
With
See,
nothing else to do,
That
Mewtwo decided
actually
to take out all his
explains the
aggression
point of that
on
backstory.
all of humanity.
The
Then
whole-
he turned some stupid kid into stone, a bunch of
Place
Pokemon
of-
cried, and Mewtwo figured out
Place in
humans aren't so
God's
bad after
creation
all.
just doesn't make
Mewtwo
sense.
is one of the most powerful psychic
6'7".
Pokemon, defeating its foes with the
Giovanni
power of
is
its
the
mind.
same height as Mewtwo when he
Hey, wait a
approaches
minute.
it
You
in
keep
the
calling him
ruins.
it. Is Mewtwo a guy or a girl?
Well, neither. Technically, it's genderless.
Oh,
It's
how does
not-
it bang?
It doesn't.
Bummer. Well, one thing's for sure, it's got balls of ghost energy that blow holes in stadiums, had an onslaught of undodgeable stars, multiple types of defensive shields, and a healing ability for when those shields don't quite cut it.
Alongside its other abilities, Mewtwo's favorite move is Psychic, a powerful
Switching
form
it
of
up with all
telekinesis.
kinds of cannons
With
here.
it, Mewtwo can effortlessly send enemies as heavy as a 500-pound Onyx flying through the air.
He can even make himself fly like a Zubat out of hell.
Also, it can augment its melee combat with psychic energy or occasionally a massive spoon.
Would you say he sometimes spoons his enemies?
No, nothing about Mewtwo is cuddly, especially when it uses Hyper Beam or Psy Strike, attacks so strong they can incapacitate the toughest of Pokemon in a single hit.
And when trouble comes a-knockin', Mewtwo answers the door with a badass Mega Evolution.
Mewtwo is
They're
one
going
of
with
the
Mega,
few
not
Pokemon
Shadow?
capable of Mega Evolving without the assistance of a trainer. As Mega Mewtwo Y, it gains enormous boosts in strength, defense, and speed.
Making Mewtwo powerful enough to
gets
fly
shorter,
into
it gets,
space
like,
while
this
carrying a
short?
robot
Really?
bug monster.
Fast enough to breach escape velocity over 25,000 miles per hour, over 32 times the speed of sound.
So, really, really fast.
Mewtwo is so skilled in its psychic prowess, it can wipe specific memories from
Yes!
dozens of
Okay,
people at
they're
once.
couring that.
On top of all that, it can survive a massive amount of abuse. Like the time it got double impaled by an alien Pokemon's tentacles. Didn't they censor that?
It effortlessly defeated most of the Pokemon Champions team, including a legendary.
They're covering a whole bunch of cannons at once here.
Crater Lake from the top of Mount Cana. This lake is comparable to a similar body of
Yeah,
water in
see-
the real world,
see-
Lake Kilauea,
What?
which holds over 385 million tons
No,
of
it's
water.
Crater Lake in Oregon.
That's almost
Seriously,
enough power to
it
let
is
my
Crater
ex-wife
Lake.
on buffet day.
It is
Being
flat
a
out
psychic
Crater Lake.
Pokemon, Mewtwo is naturally weak to bug, ghost, and dark type damage. Strange Dr. Fuji didn't pull that code out of his DNA, but whatever.
Hey, you gotta have some sort of failsafe when you're making the world's most powerful Pokemon.
Ah, yes, the ultimate failsafe against the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Bugs!
Oh, God, it's a Caterpie! Get it away, it's spooky!
Bye, Misty.
Born a Pokemon, I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So,
They did.
stand alone.
Of course, that's not even taking into account Giovanni's ability to survive a building falling on top of him after an explosion. The thing wiped out his headquarters, and he just got up, literally dusted himself. Oh my god, really? Literally dusted himself off, got in his helicopter, and just went on vacation. Wearing the ugliest Hawaiian shirt ever seen.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Professor Gerald Robotnik, the grandfather of Sonic's forever balding nemesis, worked to create a new life form which would change the world.
It was called Project Shadow, a covert government operation to discover the secret to immortality. Besides, you know, like diet and exercise, because fuck that.
In Professor
How
Gerald's
old
case,
this woman's by
specifically
this
for his
point?
granddaughter Maria,
He's
who
gotta
was
be like
dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Now that I think about it,
right?
Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race called the Black Arms.
Of course it
Perhaps.
does!
Okay. So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form?
Stop it! Stop
You
on the
get-
necklace.
A hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the
Let's go
first
take this
step
off.
toward a perfect future. And during his time in
Hey,
Gerald's
Hedgehog.
space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated
no.
by a bullet. Turns
Officially,
out
like,
the governments of the
nothing.
world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take
Well,
his
at
revenge
least she didn't
by
die of the
just
illness.
killing everyone, until he remembered Maria's last
He
words.
prevented her
pretty
from
much,
dying of
"Don't
the
be a
illness."
dick." So he changed his mind.
Now on the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome rocket shoes, and a bucket of deadly chaos powers.
By channeling the potentially
Now they
unlimited
get
power of the Chaos
into
Emeralds,
the
Shadow
speed
can enhance
here.
physical attacks, heal over
Shadow
time,
definitely
and
has the
strike with
advantage
powerful
here.
energy blasts.
Even with the whole
And with the power of
being able
chaos
to
control,
break
he can
out of
warp
the
through space and
atmosphere.
distort time, slowing it down to a crawl, or with enough power, freezing it completely.
He's got so much power, he can only contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds,
Which
he
they're
can
gonna give
use
to him just like
transform
last
into
time.
a Super Saiyan Shadow. Super Shadow, yeah. As Super Shadow, he is completely invulnerable, can move at the speed of light, and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Enough power to stop the space colony
Average
collision with
duration,
Earth,
50
and to teleport
seconds.
a giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Even without his super form,
Alright then.
Shadow is powerful enough to wipe out an entire alien fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got this much
Alright.
power,
So it's like a
you're
Bayonetta boss.
probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy's spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is. And even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again, when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A
Oh
normal
god, they
creature
actually
like
did get
yourself
someone who
doesn't stand a
sounded like
chance
him
against
from
me.
the previous battle.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
Was it a
It's
debate?
time for a
Was
death
it?
battle!
Okay, I gotta pause it right here. I don't know. It seems like Shadow... I don't know the effect that losing his memory has on him, though. It didn't get into what effect that has on him. And actually, I'm going to take this opportunity. I just heard the low battery noise, so I am going to take this opportunity to bring this inside. I'm still at my parents' house. It didn't get into what effect losing his memory that often has on him. I don't know if that'll mean that he has immunity to Mewtwo's ability to wipe memories. I don't know if that's going to be something advantageous or something just neutral, or not even if it's negligible. I don't know. Shadow certainly seems a lot faster, even with the whole being able to break out of Earth's atmosphere. I'm really sorry about this. I thought I had a lot more battery than this. Oh, golly. So, honestly, even though I'm obviously more of a fan of Mewtwo, I really don't have enough information on Shadow to say one way or the other. And, Chauncey, no. Yeah, can you let the dog in? I'm in the middle of recording and I've already taken far too much of a break just setting this up. Oh, there he is. Thank you. Hi. I'm sorry about that, people. I'm real sorry. I really thought I had a lot more battery going here. So anyway, though, like I said, I really just don't know enough about Shadow. Theoretically, they would just end up crying about their past together. There's just one real Sonic continuity. I mean, I know there's all these branches like there are with Spider-Man and stuff, but like they've solidified it into one major one, right? I am not familiar with that much Sonic at all. The character I probably know the most about is Eggman of all people, and that's, or I guess he says nobody calls me that anymore. Or no, it's Robotnik no one calls him anymore. I don't remember. I see. This is what I mean. If he's the character I know the most, then I don't even know what he's called anymore. Anyway, okay. Rooting for Mewtwo, but I honestly can't predict either way. So let's get back to it. Pidgeys. Yeah. I know they're using a whole bunch of Mewtwo's, and that's going to be really interesting. Oh, hand-drawn! Neat. Of course. Is that going to be the 7th one?
Get away!
You are not welcome here. Leave this place.
What's your problem, freak?
I know not its name, but it is black, red, and very annoying.
Snark battle!
This'll stop you!
Another gem? What's he doing?
Chaos!
I must know. No!
Control!
Mewtwo has never been able to read memory. Yep, all 7 of them.
Ha ha ha! Good try, monster, but you're done!
Pocket monster to you!
Too much.
I guess I should have started counting.
Chaos
Not this time.
control.
Well, there goes the memory wipe.
Maria. Wait, where am I? Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
Sayonara.
Well, let's see. Is that enough to actually do it? Oh, it is.
You know, Wiz, when we started Death Battle, I don't think we ever expected to see someone die by spoon.
Yeah, Shadow may have had the advantage in pure speed and power, but this time, Rain defeated Brawn.
Mewtwo got the rundown on all Shadow's abilities simply by reading his mind, giving it the knowledge
When
it
can
needed
it
to
read
counter
minds,
or
though?
avoid crazy
That's what I wanna
powers
know.
like chaos control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind, and its impressive durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
I
Shadow
think
has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow
Makes
was
sense.
physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah, Shadow was gonna lose, sooner or later.
The winner is
Boo.
Mewtwo.
Okay, come on, give us something good. Give us
Next
something good.
time
Give us
on
something
Death
good.
Battle.
Give us Captain versus Sephiroth. Give us Captain versus Sephiroth. This is the only one I'm going to. Nah. Okay, who is this? Is this gonna be the
Hey,
Red versus
Jeff.
Blue guy?
you ever wonder who'd win in a fight between Carolina and the meta?
Oh God.
No, only hopeless nerds on the internet care about that kind of crap. Yeah, why do you think I'm asking you?
Oh God, you're kidding me.
Just picture it. It'd be totally badass.
Hey guys, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
Oh,
Ben,
God.
I play Wiz, and next time on Death Battle, we've got something very special planned, so stay tuned. We'll be announcing it shortly.
Oh, I'm so excited. In the meantime, you guys can watch a show that Brian and I work on called Who Is? It's tons of information about characters that have had a bunch of history, but really quick and fun.
And of course, Rooster Teeth and ScrewTech First members can always watch Death Battle in DBX along with a plethora of other stuff early, so be sure to click the link below and sign up if you haven't already.
Plus, you get awesome stuff like 5% merch discounts. It's great. You can actually get a 30-day free trial by clicking the link, so do it. See you guys soon.
Well, I gotta admit I'm not all that hyped about next time. I mean, I watched Red versus Blue. It was okay. I actually fell asleep during part of it, but that's not the show's fault. I was just really tired, but I never went back and rewatched. And I think I missed kind of a lot because I watched it on Netflix, and it's all spread out. It's all like, well, both spread out and condensed, I guess, into movies instead of having, weeks to pick apart each part. Good girl, Athena. You're a good girl. I was really hoping that they would remember Mewtwo's ability to wipe people's memories of it. I was hoping they would mention that it shows up in not feudal Japan in Conquest, but, I'm a little disappointed that they crossed canons like crazy, but they seem to be fairly consistent as far as what affected the outcome. Yes, it doesn't use the giant spoon thing in the anime, even though that is its signature and special, and it's how the move Kinesis shows up. But it would have found any number of ways to get in that final blow. I mean, even just, are all of the hedgehogs weak? Can all of them not swim? Or, I like the Carvana right there at that part. Can all of them not swim, or is that just Sonic? But from what, if I'm guessing, if the same rules with Sonic hold true, then just dropping him in the water and putting the barrier over the top would have, drowned him out. So, I mean, I'm happy with the result, obviously, being an enormous Pokemon fan. But at the same time, I feel like it could have been, the research could have just cited one canon. Even going to Mega didn't really make that big of a change. I thought they were going to do Shadow because, one, that is the new one from Pokken Tournament. And two, we already had Mega Evolution. And plus, the one that could do that in the anime was a different Mewtwo than the one in the first movie and Mewtwo Returns. I don't know how, but my theory involves Bill. Remember how Bill, when they went to his lighthouse, he had that door with all the pictures of rare Pokemon and everything? Mewtwo was on there. That was at a point where only exclusive people in Team Rocket would have known about it. So I think there's something Bill ain't telling us. I am Bill of the lighthouse. I sound like a right damn ponce. Just funny, because he's supposed to be from what's essentially Osaka, and is usually, in all other sources, written with what's essentially a southern accent. It's to ridiculous degrees in special. If they could breathe fire, how far could it breathe? No, fire! That there's no excuse for that kind of stuff. Come on. I mean, come on. It's Osaka, not southern fantasy land of magical stereotypes. And I say that as a northerner who has never been farther south than Mammoth Caves. So, Mammoth Caves. You weren't even hatched yet. That's right. Alright, so sorry about that big break in the middle there. I really didn't realize my battery was as low as it was. It said it was on like 25%, but I guess it kind of dropped down really fast. So, I guess also I'm running my fan. It's a USB. Sorry, I had to fiddle around with my necklace too. Athena is just, she finds this irresistible. So, I don't know, I just can't get excited about the next fight, but it does show that they will do inter-series fights. Yeah? Kefka versus Sephiroth, please? That is literally the one that I want. Just one. Okay, Death Battle, just give me that one, and I will shut up. There is no other fight that I am looking to find. Maybe, Pokemon Team Boss is free for all. But in order to do that, you just have to have the main bosses. Because if you included all the side games, I mean, it would start with Nobunaga riding in on Black Rayquaza, and it would end with, burning and mayhem and a lot of people with swords sticking out of them. So, Hi there. I mean, let's face it, Lysandra probably knows how to fence. I would wager Giovanni knows some sort of weapons combat, but when dealing with the unifier of Japan, yeah. Oh yeah. Plus he has a legendary. The others don't have legendaries. Okay, well, I will definitely, I'll see you guys for the next time. Like I said, I don't really have a horse in that race, but, I'll watch it, you never know. I might, rewatch Red vs. Blue then. God, what did it say, season 15 or something like that, or volume 15? I remember it started off really funny, and then it got all, like, esoteric and mindfucky, so... Okay, well, I'm going to let y'all go now. I will see y'all in 3 weeks. Well, sooner, but my last Death Battle one was my first Death Battle one, but the last one, Joker vs. Sweet Tooth. I think I got more views on that than anything else that I've ever done. So, I'm hoping more people check this one out too. See y'all later.